Joesph, Gorden, Levitt and Seth Rogen. Two very different actors, but brought together in one film? Let's talk about that.
Before Christmas and all through the borough, the children were snuggled, their presents wrapped thorough. But this tale's not about presents or Santa or ponies. It's about three dudes, three bros, three ride-or-die homies.
Gentlemen, 14 years ago to this very night, I lost my parents. And you guys have been with me every single Christmas since then.
You knew!
But tonight, we have decided to end this tradition. Chris is just too famous to hang out with us anymore. And Isaac's about to have a baby.
You have been such a rock throughout this whole pregnancy. Tonight, just focus on yourself.
Whoa! Shrooms? Is this cocaine? You haven't done cocaine for 11 years, I don't think.
Yeah, no one has, I don't think.
Holy...
I have a present for you. We're going to the best Christmas party in New York City. So that gives us several hours to hit as many traditions as possible. To the end of an era.
I think the cocaine and the mushrooms are reacting poorly.
You look insane. Only your right eye is working.
Do I look weird now?
Yes, you look weird. Still weird. Weirder.
You guys missed her singing Miley Cyrus. She destroyed Wrecking Ball.
You still like that song?
Everybody does.
You can cry to it. You can run to it.
Yeah.
You can party to it.
Timeless!
I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm freaking out about having the baby. I'm supposed to be a rock, but I'm not a rock.
How wasted are you right now?
Hallelujah!
Not that kind of church.
No. Who's that guy?
What guy?
The guy on the cross.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Is that what they think we did to him?
Yeah.
Can they tell I'm Jewish?
Yes. Your sweater. Don't you dare throw up in here. Swallow it like a girl would.
I need a barf bag.
No barf bag.
Is it still happening?
It's still happening a little.
We did not kill Jesus! We did not do that!
I came in like a wrecking ball.
How's it going on, guys? My name is Cameron Clark and welcome back to another episode of CATV at the Movies, and welcome to another Christmas film review. Now, there have been quite a few Christmas films released in cinemas in the past couple of weeks, and here is another one that I'll be reviewing. So in this episode I will be reviewing The Night Before, rated certificate 15 in the UK and starring Seth Rogen and Joesph Gordon-Levitt, as I've already said in the introduction. Now be warned, as this film review does contain spoilers. So let's discuss the plot for The Night Before. So The Night Before tells a tale about Ethan Miller, played by Joesph Gordon-Levitt, whose parents passed away on Christmas Eve 14 years ago. His two best friends, Isaac, who is played by Seth Rogen, and Chris, who is played by Anthony Mackie, have been with him in support on this night by having like an annual tradition of going out on Christmas Eve and getting drunk. However, because Isaac is going to have a baby very soon, and Chris has become really more famous with his football, all they decide to have one last Christmas Eve out in New York City and just go wild, basically. First of all, let me just point out that the director of this film, Joesph Levitt, has created another amazing comedy and drama film as well. And it reminded me of a recent film that he directed called Warm Bodies. If you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend you watch it. The director can balance comedic moments on into like a dramatic story. And that's what the story of this movie is, dramatic. Now first off, the movie isn't focused on the holiday season, which is kind of a twist. And no character goes through like an arc where the lesson is taught by the magic and spirit of Christmas. And this is a buddy comedy set up during the holiday season as well. It's a tale of friendships and how they evolve over the years, and at this point in their lives, the mid-30s, they're growing more apart by the day. What I enjoyed about this film is I found the characters to be very relatable, and it really is a demographic of the film that it aims at more kind of teens to 20 and 30 year olds as well. So the movie is aimed slightly towards younger teenagers as well, going into college and pretty much going into adult life. And people are either starting a family or having careers taken off, this is what the movie is aimed at towards. Let me point out as well that Joesph Gorden-Levitt delivered once again as an amazing actor, and I thought his performance on the walk was amazing. If you haven't seen that review yet, I definitely recommend you watch it on the playlist on our channel. Now Joesph is more laid back with his character, and it's so much more enjoyable to watch to the audience compared to the walk, as his character is more serious and pretty much straight to the point. And not forgetting Seth Rogen as well, who basically, drugs, bad language, is just some of the things that makes him such an amazing and hilarious actor in the film. The humour is what you'd expect from a Seth Rogen comedy, cruel drug-induced pop culture reference and riddled with F-words, pretty much similar to what The Interview had. And if you haven't seen that film yet, I'd definitely recommend you watch it. But as I've said before, that kind of comedy really appeals to me, and I laughed out pretty much throughout this movie, and not every joke hit me as hard as it intended, but I still couldn't stop laughing, and I thought every part was funny. The only halt that I would say about this film is towards the ending. The film gets way too serious than it should be. For example, when Ethan proposes, and at the end of the film, Ethan has a long talk to get back together and the family kiss on Christmas. And it felt like it didn't need to be there, and it was just forced by the director. My final verdict on this movie is this is kind of the movie you take your buddy to see. And it's about friends who have become family, so the closer the friend, the better really. And finally, The Night Before is a funny, heartfelt movie that really appealed to me. And I recommend you to watch it, as this film could become a holiday classic. Not towards family of course, because this is rated at 15. But towards older audiences, for example teenagers to middle-aged people. With all that said, The Night Before does earn an 8 out of 10. So there you guys go, that was my review of The Night Before, which is another Christmas film I recommend you to watch. And in the next episode I will be reviewing the next Christmas film called Christmas with the Coopers, so don't miss that out. And I'll be sure to like and subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.